Hi! Welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer. I know a lot of you already know me, but for the ones that doesn't know me, I decided to start making the videos in English because I went into my profile into the visitors and I realized that there are a lot of girls from another countries that speak another language that is not Spanish. So I guess they are kind of disappointed when they listen to me speaking Spanish and they go out of the video. So that's why I decided to start making the videos in English. And for the ones that speak Spanish, I think this is a great opportunity for you to start listening to everything in English, because once you come here to the States, that's normal. You have to get used to the fact to listen to everything in English, talk in English all the time. So if you have any question about the video or you want to know something, just let me know by email or in the comments below, and I will help you. For this video, I have 4 tips. The first one is being proactive. If you have a family in your profile that you really like, that you already read the profile, the schedule, the rules, everything, and you really like this family, but they don't send you a message yet or an email, don't doubt and send them a message telling them like, hey, I saw that you are interested in my profile. I already read your profile and I really like your family and the kids, whatever. If you have time, we can Skype whenever you want. This is my email, this is my username, whatever. So send them a message. Don't be shy and don't wait for them to send you a message. If you really like it, be proactive. So the second tip, once you have the interview with the family, ask all the questions you want. Don't be shy and don't think, oh my god, if I ask this, I'm gonna sound so interested in something, for example, the car. I think the most important question you can ask is kind of how many hours you work per week, if you work on the weekends, if you can use the car in your free time, if you eat dinner with the family, if you can buy your own food, if you have your own bedroom, your own bedroom. Sorry. What else? How is the behavior of the kids? If there is public transportation in your town, if there is au pairs around. You can ask million of questions and don't be shy.
Third tip is prepare your answers, because you can ask, but also you have to answer all they ask to you. So you have to be very prepared in the moment that you're going to have your interview. You can also have a book and then write the questions you have in there and tell them like, okay, I have a couple of questions in here. I brought them down because I didn't want to forget them because they are important. So I hope you don't mind. And you start asking that. That's what I did, and they were fine with that. The families I have interviewed with, I was like, okay, let me search questions. And I was like, I had millions of questions, write it down. But sometimes they answer me the questions before I tell them. So you have to be very prepared in that aspect, and they're gonna ask you a lot of questions too. They are families that they ask you important questions. There are another families that they ask silly questions. For example, I had a family that asked me like, how many times per week you take a shower? And I was like, I say every day, but it was so weird, that question. And then I realized, now that I'm here, I realized that there are a lot of families that are so cheap. If you don't know what is cheap, is like they don't want to spend a lot of money. So maybe that was a family that cheap family, because here is weird that they don't take showers every day. So maybe they don't like to spend money in the water, or I don't know. But as I told you, there are a lot of weird questions they ask, but especially they ask about your experience with Charles. They ask about your experience driving. They ask if you know how to cook, if you ever live alone before. What else they ask? If you have a boyfriend too in home, because sometimes it's hard if you have a boyfriend because they think you're gonna miss him and everything. But whatever. I had a family that I used to have a boyfriend in Mexico. So once when I was in the interviews, a family was really interested in me. So at the end, like we talked for like 2 weeks. And they were so interested. And then at the end, they told me like, I'm sorry, you're a good candidate, but we decided to go with another au pair because you have a boyfriend. So that's something stupid, but also you can understand that because there are au pairs that come here with boyfriend home. So they miss a lot and they have homesick and they are crying all the time. And I don't know, there are those kind of questions that you have to be prepared for. And what else? I think those are the most important questions they ask. You have to be very prepared for that. Fourth and last tip, don't be nervous. I know you're talking with strange people, you're talking with people that is not your family, in another language that is not yours. You're talking kind of with your next boss, your next family, the people you're gonna live with 1 year. So I know you're gonna be very nervous if you're in the process and you already have a interview. I know how you feel. I was so nervous too. When I was in my matching process, I had 17 families, but I only have I can't remember very well, but I think I had around 10 or 12 interviews. So imagine how nervous I was in the first interview. Oh my god, I was dying. And then I had more, so I was normal. I was more confident. But in the first interviews, I was I don't know the name of that, but pitching, I think is the name, my leg. And I was so nervous, but I was smiling, and I was, oh my god, I remember, and oh my god. But okay, if you are a nervous person, you just can, at the beginning of the interview, breathe deep and write everything down. You can also, if you are Skyping with them in your computer, around your computer, you can put post-its with the questions. And if you don't have a really good English, you have to write in the post-its 2 words that you think you're gonna use in the interview. Also, a very important tip, while you're in the interview, if you have family or sisters or siblings, whatever around, tell them please before the interview, don't bother me, because when I was in my interviews, my family were there in my house, so all the time they was opening the door of my room, and I was oh my god, I was talking with the family and my sisters coming into my room, so they got me nervous, so nervous. So make that's a good tip. Tell everyone this is very important for you, so you need time to talk with the family, and that's it. So if you have any question about the video or about anything else, I'm gonna leave my email down, and you also can contact me by Facebook, by email in the comments below. I hope you like this video, and I hope it is gonna help you. So see you in the next video. Bye.